Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, dear students, and welcome to our science class. Today is Wednesday, and the date is the 3rd of November 2021. Okay, we were studying about what? Who can tell me? We were studying about two things, two processes that can change the earth slowly. What are they?
Can I say
Yes, Jayda, please.
weathering and erosion?
Excellent. We were talking about weathering and erosion. That's correct. That's right. Excellent. Very good. What is the answer? Sorry, the key word for weathering and erosion. We said that weathering can be the hammer and erosion is the cleaner. If weathering is the hammer, so what does weathering do?
Miss, can I say it? I know.
Yes, Yabatul, please.
The weathering is like about the hammer is like all the thing get it down, and erosion as the cleaner. Erosion take everything
Away. Very good,
everything
Yabatul. So
and put
weathering will
in
break down
everything.
the rocks and soil. Weathering, when I say weathered, this area was weathered. So it can be wind, water, or some animals broke down the rocks and soil. They break them down. But erosion, when they move it from its place, Today we are going to learn something new. We're going to talk about delta. What is a delta? Before you learn about the delta, let me tell you something. Sorry. Erosion can be very bad for the area over here, for some places, but it can be something good for another place. Why? Because when erosion happens, it carried with it rocks and soil and move it to another place. This another place will be rich in soil and rock, and it will be very good for planting or growing new plants. So erosion can be bad and it can be good sometimes. Now take a look at this picture. Everyone open to page 220. I'm going to write the page number 220.
Like fire, Miss. Sometimes fire does something good, sometimes bad.
Yes, يا نمار, ما شاء الله عليكي. Bravo. You remembered. I'm so happy. Very good. Okay, Habibi. Now take a look at this picture. Can you see the tree? There is something is exposed down there. What is it? What do you see down there?
Can I tell you?
Yes, Dania.
It's soil.
Okay, soil. And what is exposed?
Roots.
Hi,
The root.
Yes, Dania. Yes, the roots are out. It is exposed. Yes, the roots are exposed. Why they are exposed? Hi, Smeen. Can you tell me why the roots are exposed and there's no soil over here?
Yes.
Who took away the soil?
The water.
Yes, the water took away the soil. By which process? Weather or erosion?
Weather.
Ah, took it away. Move it away. Who moves away?
Erosion.
Yes, so the water eroded the soil from
So
the
the water
riverbank.
takes the soil and it gets dry.
Yes, when it's get dry, what will happen to the tree? What do you think is going to happen to the tree? Now the tree roots are
I know.
loose. When the tree roots are
It's gonna
loose,
be
what
dead.
happens? Hi, Arima. What happens when the tree roots are loose? What will happen to the tree?
If it loses water,
No.
if it loses
Loose,
water,
I mean not hanging on the soil. This is what I mean loose. You know that roots anchors the plant. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. If the root anchors the plant in the soil, if there was no soil, it was eroded, will the tree be anchored or it will be loose and it may fall?
It will be loose and it may fall.
Yeah, so this is erosion causing the plants to die or fall from their places. So erosion will erode the soil from here, from the river bank, and the tree roots are exposed. The tree may lose and become fall down soon. But where does the soil and rocks will go? They will go to another place. Let me tell you about this another place. Now take a look at this picture on top over here.
Miss, I have a question.
Yes.
How the soil and the rock like move like
With the
away?
water, we are going to watch a video about it. With the water, the water carries away the small pieces of rocks and sediments and also soil. Move it away because the river flows very fast. Have you ever heard that the river meets the ocean?
I know that before.
Yes, the river meets the ocean always. Always the river meets the ocean. So it doesn't end, it will meet the ocean. The river is very fast moving, but when it gets near the ocean, it slows down. Now, think with me. If the river flows very fast, okay, and
Thank you, Miss.
and it carries with it soil and rocks, when it meets the ocean, it will slow down, but suddenly they will stay in a new land over here. Why they will stay in a new land over here? Because when the river meets the ocean, the water flows will slow down, will move very slowly. So while it moves very slowly, the rocks will depossessed. What do I mean by depossessed? They will change the position of the rocks. The rocks, first of all, they were very up high over there. Then they came over here. When they are over here, they will get upon each other, create sediment and soil. So new land is forming over here. This new land forming over here, we call it a delta. What do we call it? A delta. Now repeat after me. What do we call it?
A delta.
Excellent, excellent.
A delta.
When river meets ocean, and yes, when river meets ocean, and it depossessed the sediments and soil, changing the sediments and soil position. So what will form? Yes, excellent. A delta will be formed. Very good, very good. Okay, Habaib, now go to the second page, 221. Let's open 221 and let's do this one together down here. Now, water carries rocks and what down the stream? Only rocks or it will carry something else with it? Huh? Hi, Rilam, where are you?
I know.
Hi, Rilam.
Miss, can I be after Rilam?
Yes,
We'll
Miss.
see. Huh, Habibi? Moving water will carry rocks and what downstream? It will carry rocks and
Like I think like trees. The thing.
huh?
Soil. Like.
Excellent soil. Very good. Very good. You are lean. Okay, lean. Okay. Growing something along river banks may become loose. Growing what? What is growing near the river banks? Over here, what is growing? Huh?
Oh, the
What is growing here, over here, near the river?
Oh, I know them, but I forgot their name.
You don't know plants?
Yeah.
So growing plants along the river bank.
Yes, I said plants. I thought you were.
I'm very sorry, Aline. Do you know that your voice is not very clear?
I
So if you said
I-
plants, thank you very much, Aline.
I
That's
said
correct.
plants, but then you didn't say that correct, so I thought it was another question. And
I'm
then when
very
I saw
sorry,
the
Aline.
roots, whatever they are.
Oh, okay, Habibi, please forgive me. I'm very sorry. Okay. Now, tree. Which part of the tree will be uncovered and it will cause the tree to fall? Which part of the tree will be uncovered? Hi, Jayda.
Yes.
Which part of the tree will be uncovered of the soil and it will cause the tree to fall down?
What?
Which part of the tree? The stem, the leaves, or the roots?
Miss Anna.
Yes? Huh? Hi, Batul. Which part of the tree will be uncovered from the soil?
The roots.
Of course, the roots. Excellent. Very good. Now, number 4. The rocks and soil may be deposited, forming a. So rocks and soil will change the position and they will form what? They will form a. Everyone say it together. They will form a. I can't hear you.
A delta.
Yes, it will form a delta.
A delta.
This page what my book closed.
Very good. Very good. Okay, Habibi.
Teacher, which page?
221. If you finished, Habibi, I want to put a video for you so we can learn more about delta and how is it forming.
I don't know where my book.
It's not a delta, it's delta.
Miss, I don't know where my book. I'm done, Miss.
Done.
Habibi, you don't know where's your book.
What?
Done.
Okay. Is there anyone did not finish
Done.
writing?
Done.
I didn't finish.
Me too.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for you.
These are landforms created by deposition of sediment that is carried by a river. We know that when rivers flow, it carries a lot of sediments and rocks. The greater the flow, the more sediment it will carry. As soon as the flow of the river slows down, sediments in rivers get deposited. You will notice
So, when the river is going to slow down, when it meets what? When it meets the?
Ocean.
that large heavier
That's right, excellent. When it slows down, the sediments and rock will settle in their place. They will stay in a place and they will form new land. We call it delta. Now let's continue.
particles like pebbles, rocks and sand are deposited first. After that, lighter material like silt and clay gets deposited. So what I'm trying to say is that you will find
So first of all, the rocks and sediments are moving away and they will settle first. After that, the smaller pieces of clay and sand will settle upon them. That's why they are forming a new land or a delta, and it's very good for planting.
find these deltas where the speed of the river is slow. When river starts to move slowly, that is when the sediments get accumulated. Deltas usually occur where rivers enter an ocean, sea, estuary, lake, reservoir, etc.
is forming when what? When river meets what? When the river meets the ocean, or the lake meets the ocean, or small.
Miss, can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, of course. When small amount of water meets a larger big of water, like this, like the river meets the ocean. So, and it's all because of what? The small pieces of rocks and sediments and clay are moved or erode away from their places by erosion, and they land on a new place. When they land on a new place, what do they cause? They cause delta. So all these lands or new lands are delta. I have another video I would like to share with you. Just let me put it for you.
Miss, I want to ask you a question.
Of course, you will ask me. Yeah. So, Habibi, this is a model. This man is making a model of a river and how a river meets the ocean, when a river meets the ocean, and how delta is happening. This is a silent video I want you to take a look at. The water that flows from here, while it flows, it erodes the side of the river. So it erodes, that means it move away with it some rocks and soil. When they move rocks and soil, look at the end, what happens over here? What is forming over here? New lands or new places are formed. Why? Because of the sediments and the soil that is carried by the river. This is erosion. When water is moving the soil and rock. Now, can you see how huge delta are formed over here? Can you see? Okay, Habibi. Now, that was everything for today. I'm just gonna pause the recording and we will discuss more about it, okay? And let me see your questions.